Alright, Judd, so your swing path is 8.6 degrees to the left. That measures the direction, your swing direction. That just means the golf club is swinging 8.6 degrees to the left, and the club face was 5.8 degrees to the right of the path. So you have put a fade on that one. So that's too much. Now, why is that 8 degrees to the left? Well, there's two reasons. One, you take the club, like you were saying earlier, way inside, and then you bring the club from this position with the club head way behind your hands. You lift it up, and your first move is with your hands right there. So in starting your downswing, you're starting with your hand segment. So you're accelerating the the hands and the club head when you should be getting out in front with the hips, and that's what's throwing the club outside and over the top. So we're going to do a combination of things to improve that. So the first thing we're going to be doing is a drill called hip twister. And you're going to be like, what in the world are you talking about? Well, I don't have a drill that I can show this hip twister exercise, but I will show you another drill that I'm going to have you do. It's called step change of direction. So you're going to swing back and step forward at the same time, just like if you were going to throw. Because we got to start to use your lower half earlier in your swing. That's the first exercise. Do 50 of those every day. Just step back, swing back, and step at the same time, and then swing through. So that's a pretty easy one. The next drill is called the lag drill. And with the lag drill, you're going to start with the shaft parallel to the ground. The wrists are not cocked. So your wrists are uncocked. Then you're going to do what I would term as like just an underhand throwing motion. Skipping a rock, right? You're going to load the shaft. So you're going to go from an uncocked position to a loaded position. And then you're going to strike the ball. So it looks like this. You go down, you load the shaft, and the club handle is going to beat the club head to the ball, and the shaft's going to lean forward. So those two drills are really helpful. There's a final one called a figure eight drill. And you do the opposite of the figure eight. Your club goes under plane on the backswing, and then it comes over the top on the downswing. Well, we're going to do the opposite of that. We're going to go back on a steep plane, keeping the hands on plane, getting the club head to set on an upright plane on the backswing. Then on the downswing, we're going to shallow the club out. So the right palm's going to start to work under, the right elbow's going to start to work down and in, right shoulder's going to start to stay back. So we go from a steep angle to a shallow angle. Again, I would practice that exercise, steep to shallow, steep to shallow. And I have a plane stick I'm going to use to help you develop that feeling as well. So learning takes place without a golf ball. You can do it with just your hands, then with a club, and then slow motion swings with a club. Then you go ahead and hit some shots. So there's a progression. All right, so that's a little bit about what